Welcome to Fabulously Flawed, where the perfectly imperfect come to shine. Marni, along with her sensational sidekick Taylor, are the mother-daughter duo that puts the fun in dysfunction. Every episode, we unpack the chaos of mental health while sprinkling in the sass of pop culture. We're here to share stories, laughs, and lessons that remind you to embrace your quirks and to never, ever let anyone dull your sparkle. So join us as we celebrate the beauty of being fabulously flawed. Let's get real, let's get raw, and let's get ready to add a little extra shimmer to your day.
Hey, fabulous friends, fabulous listeners, fabulous people. Welcome to Fabulously Flawed. I am your host, Marni, and joining me is my sensational, sparkling, spectacular sidekick, Taylor.
I needed to hear that so bad. Hello.
I know. It's like sometimes with this retrograde new moon, people get a little bit, I think this gave me a kick up my butt to become a different, more Marni, a different taste, stepping out of my comfort zone. And for you, I think this became a little bit of emo. You've done a lot of soul searching this weekend.
A lot. Yeah. I want to be real with you guys that I was on such a high and then I crashed and I have been on a low, and that is life, that is mental health. And I'm so grateful that I have this podcast, that I have this opportunity to talk about these feelings and share what I'm feeling with you guys and talk about ways that we could all work on ourselves, and because these feelings are universal, and I know I am not the first person to feel what I'm feeling, and I won't be the last. So
this episode is called Rejection is Just Redirection.
Yes.
And I say that with the most adamant, because I am 50 friggin' 4 years old, Taylor. I would not be here. I mean, every single day I give examples that if this didn't happen, the worst thing in my life, I always talk about when I'm 17. I was 19 years old, no family, no parents, nothing. And I had to live with someone who beat the crap out of me to sleep on a floor. Right there alone, just that chapter of my 18, 19-year-old self was devastating. But it just taught me I will never have that in my life again. And I picked up and I put those little Easter eggs, what you learn from one experience, and you take it with you to the next. I am grateful for having a bazillion of these redirections because I'm here.
I know. And I know that. And the only thing that has been, sort of keeping me going and I've been staying strong because I do know that everything happens for a reason. And you know what? It's always easier said than done. And I sit here for the last almost year now. I mean, 8 months
right.
or whatever,
wow.
preaching that the universe has a plan and that everything happens for a reason. But right now, when you're in that darker place, it's sometimes harder to see. But I still know in the back of my head that what I'm going through is for a reason, and that what's meant for you people, please ingrain this in your mind, will never pass you by. And maybe I'm just saying this right now because I need to hear it, but I know someone else may need to as well.
Yeah, exactly. I lost my train of thought. I was just looking at you. It's just lost in thought. But here's the thing, that if you think about my mind, the reason I flipped my narrative is because every single second of the day, I never think of what I don't have.
And you know what? That's my
gratitude.
problem.
And why would you know what? And you know what the universe hears?
I know. And that, I think, is why I've been so emotional. It's not even what happened to me. It's how I'm allowing myself to feel because of what happened. Where is my self-worth? Where is my respect for myself?
Tay, first of all, empty. You can cry it out over there.
Yeah, guys,
No, but here's the thing.
So vulnerable right now, but I wouldn't want it any other way.
If you don't get into the college you want, that doesn't diminish your self-worth. If you don't get the job that you think you're going to get, that doesn't change your value. If a guy doesn't like you, that doesn't change your worth. I mean,
no, you ever
I spoke to a group of girls this weekend, and I looked at them and I was like, wait, I used to be you, but how on earth could any of you spectacular ladies you saw, have let the opinion of one person define your day. I'm like, we could go into Publix and I can ask this guy, do you like her? No. Well, how are you going to be sad? No.
No, but
here's the thing. No, there's no buts. There aren't. I'm not diminishing your feelings. What I'm saying is, the second we have to question why aren't they calling back, or why didn't this business call me back, or where's that email? The second you start to worry, that's when you got to switch it to,
I know.
when it'll happen, and keep going on with our lives. We don't get time back.
I know, and I think that is why I'm so angry too, is because I am allowing this person, this situation to dictate the now. They're in the past. Why am I letting them affect my future, my now, you know?
Because I'm gonna say this till I'm blue in the fucking face.
Yeah.
You are obsessed with trying to find a relationship. You think having a boyfriend makes Taylor Goldman whole, which makes me so angry as your mom, because you are whole as it is.
I know. I am so much more.
Like,
so
what the
much
hell?
more.
Who in the world would think you saw how I lived with Daddy? It's because I was not healed up until really 2 years ago. I only felt good if I thought he wasn't mad at me or happy with me. So I allowed the behavior of somebody else, which had nothing to do with me half the time, just my made up scenarios, but people that don't like me. You think I'm going to allow that to dictate my day? Who cares?
No, I know. But you know what? We've dug into this, and I thought that I finally could have possibly had my happy ending that I've wanted for so long, and then it was ripped away from me within a matter of seconds.
Tay.
You know, I'm just trying to, while I'm sitting here, dive into why I'm feeling these feelings. Maybe there are other girls out there who,
you're right.
who also, you know, thought they found someone, and then it didn't work out. And I want to tell you guys, like, feel your feelings, be sad. That is God. That is what I have been doing for the last few days.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think this much of yourself? And I'm going to be very blunt with you. Do you feel this? Think about your self-worth. Say, this is how you're going to allow yourself to be upset because a situation didn't go the way you planned? Your self-worth is that bad? Is that what you think of yourself?
I know. It sounds horrible, and Mom, and that is why I've been so sad, because it goes deeper than someone not wanting me.
It's your ego. It is your ego, because you are thinking, just like all of us, when things don't work out. What do you mean you don't want me at your college? What do you mean you don't want me at your job? What do you mean you don't want me at your party? What do you mean you don't want to date me? But that's a good thing, because that shows right there you have a high self-worth. And how dare anybody? Look, we see something, we want it. It's human nature. You go to past a bakery, I want that cake.
Yeah.
You go past window shopping, I want that dress. You walk past a boy, you talk, I want to date him. Okay, now it's rejecting you. Clothes can't reject you. So you're just feeling a rejection. But it's redirection.
I know.
That's all it is.
I know it is.
Pac-Man.
Listen, logically, I know that. I know my happy ending, and all sorts of, not just romantically. I know my life is just, I'm 24, I'm a baby. I know there's so much good out there for me right now. I've been just feeling sucky, and I hate it, and I don't want to, and I gotta really think about why I'm allowing it to affect me so much.
We went through this, and you have best friends that have boyfriends and stuff, and then we finally realized that, okay, we are all different. We all have,
Absolutely.
I said to you earlier, you want a boyfriend? There's a bazillion at them. You can go to any place. And you go to, during lunch, you want to find a boyfriend, I can go table to table and say, would you like to date her? And they'd be like, yeah.
I know. I don't have a boyfriend because I don't settle, because no one's been good enough. Of course. I know that. I know.
Just because you want something, Tay, no matter what it is, a person, a place, a thing, just because you want it, doesn't mean you're going to get it. If it's out of your control, there's nothing you can do. It's out of your control. And that's what I think has angered and woke people up since COVID, learning things are out of our control. And people don't like not having control. But if you don't have control of it to begin with, you can't let it consume you.
You're right. I think that I'm also kind of, going through it and spiraling, because I lost control of the situation. It's not really in my hands anymore. Like,
there's a show.
I lost kind of the power here, and I just feel like helpless. Like,
because you're mad at yourself.
Yeah,
you're mad at yourself because
I'm so mad at myself for
red flags are there sometimes, and always turn them pink. Stop turning them pink. One red flag. Next. Thank you. Next. I am Ariana. Next. Come on. I mean, I used to have, Tay, I never had self-worth. My mother I mean, from as a little girl with my curly hair at 2, she put a hair straightener. Okay. I was never loved emotionally. I was never loved physically. How can I love myself when nobody around me? So I settled and only allowed worthless people in my life.
You know, it's so confusing for me because I know how awesome I am. You know what? I am so proud of who I've become.
Ego. It's your ego, like everybody else. People, why do you think when people make posts on Instagram, okay, do you think people are really how many people are really on that airplane or using that toilet seat to make it look like they're flying? You know, that little trend where somebody took a picture by an airplane window and they go, it's really like a hole, like
oh, okay.
So people people put things to impress. They're not doing it for their soul. They're putting things for their ego, whether it's on social media. Everything, people are fueled by their ego for validation to fill a void of who they are. You with a boy, or people getting likes on something, or how many views do I get? That doesn't validate you as a person.
No, I know that. Of course not. And I'm sorry guys for crying before. I'm really trying to reel myself in because I do have a lot to say. And
do you know what? And I have to take accountability here that Taylor was not really in the mood to record, and I needed to record now because I have a busy day and appointments. And so I thank you so much for showing up.
Of course. You know what? This is really, really good for me too because, you know, I've spoken to you privately, obviously not with the microphones in front of us. But your advice and your insight and your wisdom, I like I told you, I need to be around you all day today because I need that reassurance constantly. So I'm glad that we're doing this, and I'm so glad because I know I'm not the only girl crying over a boy right now. So I know it's so silly to say.
I know. Keep saying that to yourself.
It is so silly to say that I'm wasting this awesome, terrific Tuesday sitting here crying over a boy. Please, I know how stupid it sounds, and I think that's why I'm so upset that I am crying over the boy. I'm upset about it.
Taylor, if you post it, let's say you went to extreme bounds to post a picture of you in a gown saying, let's say you want to make someone jealous.
Yeah.
Okay, a girl posts something, out for the night, bitches, to let everybody think she's going out.
Yeah.
She's so unhappy she has to do this. Now she gets 3 likes. Okay, now she's pissed because she was using her video or post to make her feel good, okay? And using a boy, a person, a situation to make you feel good will never work to fuel your ego. Now, here's the thing, Tay, you're thinking with ego, not your soul. This was not a soul person. This was a stranger, and I'm going to say
barely,
that.
hardly.
Okay, Tay.
I know.
You don't know someone that fucking well. I mean, somebody actually said to you, you don't know me this well, okay? So there's a red flag right there. Okay, you know what? I don't want to see anything else then. Bye. And leave it.
I know. And I probably...
You give so much power.
That's my problem, Mom, is that I give so much power
and these boys
to these
smell
people.
They smell people can sense desperation a mile away. And I have said to you...
Jeez, okay, wow. Way to make me feel better.
Well, come on. You're just so amazing and extroverted and funny and fabulous, and you are pissed that you actually liked someone that liked you back, and then all of a sudden it was like, okay, this is not gonna work. Okay, so your ego is bruised. Somebody punched your ego. That's what's bruised.
He punched it really
emotionally
hard. Yeah.
Okay, he emotionally punched your ego. Now fix it.
I know.
Think of your soul.
God, I probably sound like such a doofus. People, I hope no one's laughing at me right now.
Good, I hope they are. They're laughing. I hope somebody is laughing. I hope somebody...
so. You're right. I hope someone is laughing. Like, girl, get your fucking act together right now.
Because, again, you want to go to the food court, you want to go to Morton's for dinner, and you want to find a boyfriend? I'll get you a boyfriend.
I know.
We could go to the car show this weekend.
You know what? I gotta really, and I say I love myself, and I do. There are so many things I love about myself. I just don't know if I love myself enough yet.
That's why I said to you, you're not healthy enough to go get off that fucking hinge, because you're not healthy enough. And that's okay. And I'm sounding very abrupt here, people. I love you all so much, but I'm trying to be, as a matter of fact, I hate Hinge. Just like I hated fucking J-Date. It's the same thing. And so much time goes into swiping, liking. Oh my God, we're FaceTime. We're texting. Well, have you met each other face to face? Oh no, but we're really funny through text. Really? live your life and stuff happens. If you think of how you met any of your best friends, you didn't go on a quest for bestfriendsareus.com. Let me type in blonde hair, born December 31st when I'm 4 years old. Oh, Molly, let me program. I mean, it doesn't happen that way, Tay. It's like playing Pac-Man. But I'm not going to, it breaks my heart. Again, we all get devastated. It doesn't matter what it is.
Of course, right. I don't want to sit here and invalidate my feelings. Of
course not. It's like I look at everything in such a grateful way of gratitude. For example, when somebody went on I was talking to a young actress, and she went on an audition, and she was so depressed she didn't get it. I mean, give me that topic and I'll run with it. But I was like, I was so grateful when I started this industry 30 years ago. I was so happy to get an agent. I was so happy just to go on an audition.
I know.
Wait, I got a call back? Wait, I actually booked something? So when you are grateful for just this much, you are rewarded with that much, but you got to stop putting the focus on it.
I know. And you know what? I want to say...
On focus that's in your control.
Right. I agree. And I want to say that before this situation happened and this certain person came into my life, honest to God, for the first time in a year, months... It only lasted like a few days, I'm not gonna lie, maybe a week, but I was actually content. I wasn't waiting by my phone for a boy to text me. I wasn't, going on dates. I was at a...
But what I taught you, what I said... Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. No, I'm fine. I was single and happy with being single. And I was like, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Truly, like I said, it lasted like a week. It was quick, but I was actually truly mentally at a place of peace when I have been wanting this boyfriend for so long.
And I said to you, you take what you learned from this one, and now you know you will never settle when you go out again.
Well, I didn't get to finish, but it's okay. No, it's okay. Absolutely right. And then, this person came along and I thought that it was it. Like, this is...
Which is so ridiculous.
Well, because, when you say you like each other, you say you feel the chemistry.
Okay, first of all, boys.
I know.
Boys, and I know if any of you dudes are listening, you're nodding your head. There is nothing a man will say to a boy to a girl, they will tell you whatever you want to hear to get you to get to what they want, to what their conquest, whatever it is. Boys will sell the cheapest commodity around words. It's fantasy land, Taylor. Okay. There was a show when I was growing up in the 70s, Aaron's spelling show. It was called Fantasy Island. It came on after The Love Boat every Saturday night. And do you ever hear the plane? Do you ever hear that?
Maybe.
Okay, he was the little person. Mr. Rourke was the head of it in his white suit, and then you had, I forgot. Oh my God, I can't believe I can't think of his name. He was a little tiny person. I don't want to think of the wrong politically correct word. I don't want to say.
Just a small person. Okay, yeah.
But he was. I mean, it's a cult thing. I can't believe it. And he used to look up and say the plane, and that was when the passengers would come weekly.
Okay.
And they would say, like, for example, my fantasy is to own a bakery and be the best baker in all of New York City.
Okay.
So they live out that dream.
Okay.
And then you go back. So he would go the plane. I have to look it up right now.
So now you're basically saying that I was
fantasy.
living
You don't know this person. You don't know these people. You don't know someone for so long. You're like, oh no, he's so nice. Really? Have you lived with him? Have you gone out for dinners? Have you watched him interact with tons of people? You don't know. Everyone puts on their best front. Okay, so it was, I'm talking about Fantasy Island.
Okay, yeah, I'll let you, while I take a second to collect myself and my thoughts, I'll let you,
No, you could talk about our store.
Oh, yeah, true. While I have this moment of clarity.
His name was Tattoo, duh.
Oh, okay. We're back to Fantasyland.
Yes, because this was him. I have to show you. Like,
Fabulously Flawed with 2 Ds on Etsy, by the way. Okay, let me see. Okay.
See?
Okay, got it.
And Mr. Rourke was this stunning, elegant man, and they would stand there together every week waiting for their people to come in, and they would fulfill their fantasies for the week.
I guess, you know what? I thought this was going to be more than my fantasy, and it wasn't. So, right, but we discussed this. We know why I'm so upset.
But now you got to say, it's out of my control.
I know.
I am so grateful for this, and this. My life is just beginning.
Right.
I'm 24 freaking years old.
I know, and I got to think of this as the lessons you got to, and I think I've said this before on the podcast, or, I say it in my life, that from every situation, you take something, what you've learned from it, and you apply it to your future and the rest of things, the rest of what you do with your life. And you're right. You showed me that and now, guys, I got a taste of what it was like to be treated like a queen, like they
I
say.
said to Taylor,
I was put on a pedestal, and now I know to never, ever, ever settle for anything less than what I got a taste of.
I saw you go on a date, and the guy didn't open the car.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, I would walk right back in the house.
This is a different guy, by the way.
This is different, but that's how the way you allow when you meet people.
Oh yeah,
and
now
you allow yourself to be treated like you didn't stand there. Like, what do you mean you're not opening the door or walk away?
Oh, now you've taught me, guys and girls. Please listen to me. If a guy comes to pick you up for a date and he doesn't get out of the car to open the door for you,
bye. Walk back in.
Do not get in the car. I don't care if he drove 2 fucking hours to see you.
That's right.
Bye.
Yep,
Bye.
exactly.
Oh, I'm telling you, Mom, and I swear I will always follow that. If a man does not get out of his car to open the door for me, I ain't getting in there.
Wait, when you came back even upset after that, I was just like, what am I listening to?
Guys, I've come back from dates. I'm sorry, I'm starting to scream. My mom's telling me to quiet down. I'm just so ramped up. I've gotten back from dates with guys who never opened the door for me, and I'd sit there upset over them. Oh my God,
your self-worth.
I'm hitting myself in the head right now. But I've learned.
It's a learning experience.
And I'm telling you, I was about to say his name, but I want to keep his identity private. This guy who I was just recently involved with showed me, I guess, temporarily.
What it sounds like.
What I deserve.
Thank you,
whatever.
Tattoo. I'm calling him Tattoo. That's his new name.
He doesn't even have a tattoo.
That doesn't matter.
Funny, yeah.
But it has nothing to do with it. His name's Tattoo because the plane, Fantasy Island.
Okay, Tattoo. He You're right, Mom. I gotta start. He came into my life. People are here for a reason, a season, or a lifetime.
Tay, you make it like your career is finding a guy. Can you put more energy into other things? And I'm saying this as your mom, as a life coach, as an empowerment coach.
Yes.
Maybe you should stop prioritizing that. That doesn't. It's if it great, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. Stop thinking that having a boyfriend is such a needy part of your life, like oxygen. We're not looking for someone to donate an organ, thank God. My goodness, it's enough.
I've said it before, Mom. It's very hard when everything in pop culture is also every song, every movie.
Okay, because you're right. Taylor Swift. Wait, I'm sorry, but Taylor Swift has always had such things work out for her. No, people haven't. Okay, I'm sorry. Go. You're right. I should not invalidate. I'm sorry, sweetheart. Go.
No, I'm saying now I'm getting emotional.
I'm sorry,
again.
sweetheart.
When you live in a world, first of all, when you're born already, with all your brain mess ups and my OCD, my anxiety, my fixations and wanting this and this and this, it's already tough. Then you grow up in a world, and just let me talk for a sec.
You're absolutely right.
Almost every book, every song, every movie, every TV show, every commercial, every advertisement is all focused on love. This whole world,
I have to interject.
Society.
I have to interject.
Okay.
Stop.
Okay.
It only works when someone loves themselves and they are ready that if it works, it doesn't. If it works, great. If it doesn't, doesn't. You are not at that place. All of these beautiful things that work out only work out when two healthy people are ready to meet each other. Because your happiness right now is contingent on somebody else liking you or not. That does not happen when you are healthy. When you are healthy, you watch Sex in the City. Do they cry or do they go to the coffee shop and laugh?
They go to the coffee shop and laugh. And that is why I've said it, I think, earlier in the episode, and I'm saying it again. It's not just a boy that's making me so sad. It goes deeper than that. It's why I'm so mad at myself and sad that I allow myself to feel this way.
You know, every single woman,
know how spectacular I am.
Every single cat lady right now is just really...
I know. So it goes deeper. It's not just about a boy. Like yesterday, I was briefly talking to one of my friends. I haven't really shared. This is actually the first I'm talking about it. Only a few people in my life know about what happened. And I was briefly talking about it with someone yesterday, and she said, "Is it a boy?" I said partially, but it goes deeper than that. And I wasn't lying. It's not the boy. It's how I feel and how I've allowed.
You are obsessed with finding a boyfriend, and I have to. It's like it's like an addiction, and I have to help wean you off this addiction. It's like you went from a dopamine withdrawal like that. So I'm not invalidating.
It was a literally I was, and I'm not kidding. When it was 1 minute, it was all sunshines and butterflies.
Good, then guess what?
And the next it was thunderstorm.
Okay, good. Is that what you would want in your life? Someone who immediately gives you a thunderstorm? Think about it.
No,
you wouldn't. You shouldn't even know what thunderstorms are.
I know.
Okay? Think about that.
Yeah. I just, I take things to the extreme.
Taylor, I had an affair with a married man, had a baby, watched him around you okay? And he watched him drive away with his other family. So let's take my heart and throw it up out of my guts, okay?
All right, it makes my situation seem like
I
completely
lived
nothing,
through
which it, some people may see it as
Tay,
nothing.
it's not the boy. It goes deeper. But you have, I think you have been boy crazy since birth.
I have, and we joke about it, but it's almost like, it's truly, I have been. I've wanted this love for so long.
Who was Bailey? Was your first one in preschool? But preschool, you were 2.
It's just hard when you want it for so long. You thought you finally have it, and then it was snatched away from you. So I'm going through that.
But it wasn't real.
I know. And I thought it could have been. How silly of me.
Could have what it could have, but it wasn't. Right now in this moment, what you think, that's potential.
Well, there wasn't enough time for it to be considered real.
Well, then exactly. See, right there. You just said it. Say it again. There wasn't enough time to
for it to be real. So real, but
if you went on a cruise,
potential, it was the potential of it could be real.
And
I was in that direction. Okay, it was heading in that direction.
Being in a place of it's okay if it does, and it's okay if it doesn't. If you went on a cruise and you thought, but it didn't.
I know.
Whether it was you wanted this job, you didn't get it. You wanted to go to that college, you didn't get in. It's part of life, rejection. It's part of life. Every actress, you think they would give up? You think Reese Witherspoon or Jennifer Aniston or every actress on this planet would be where they are or actor if it wasn't for rejection? Life is rejection.
I know.
But when you love yourself, you know it wasn't meant for me.
I know. And I have been, for the last almost 72 hours, I literally talk to myself throughout the day. What's meant for me will never pass me by. What's meant for me will never pass me by.
Have your best friends pass you by? Would you give anything? Would you trade your best friends?
No, of course not.
Okay. But did you go searching for them, or do they just come into your life?
They just come into your life.
And you don't have to fight for them. You don't have to wonder, do they love me or this or that? No.
And that's the thing with this guy. Didn't have to wonder for the first time.
Tay, it was bullshit. Okay. It's called words.
Okay, you're right. Why even? I don't even want to waste any more breath talking about it.
It was words.
Okay.
Again, when words are the cheapest commodity around. The cheapest. People will sell you a bill of goods. They will try to. It's just ridiculous what people will do. Especially boys. It's called pillow talk. It is pillow talk, and it's blah, blah, blah. Yes, I'm 54, and it's easy for me to say. But I look and I see from the outside. But all of you young ladies out there, if someone's not treating you right, stop fucking settling. Know your worth, up the taxes, and live like the queens you are. Stop.
Yeah. And I want to end this by saying, if you are a young girl, whether you're in your 20s, 30s, you could be in your 60s, and you're upset over a guy, I want to let you know it's okay, because you'll have so many people in your ear telling you, it's a guy, don't be upset. I disagree with that. I think all feelings are valid, but don't let yourself stay in the dumps for too long, because that they don't deserve. And that's what I'm working on.
Exactly.
It's okay to feel those feelings of sadness.
Just don't
let it consume you. And that's what I'm working on.
You can visit there, but don't unpack.
Yes. I really like that, Mom.
Okay.
You've never said that to me before.
And
I've started to unpack, and I want to pack up my stuff and quickly get the fuck out of there. I want to get the fuck out of there.
Get out. Call the valet. Get your car. Leave.
I know.
Really? I mean,
I know. I am.
Okay.
This was really good for me. I really let it out. I cried for about 80% of this episode, but
that's okay. You're human.
I'm human, and when I was, which is right now, but if I were going through something, I'd want to hear something real and raw.
Awesome.
So I'm glad that I could be that real and raw for somebody else.
Oh, I'm so happy because, I literally was doing a video the other day where I started to cry, but I didn't push record.
Oh, that's right. I remember you told me that you recorded this whole emotional thing, and you didn't even record it.
But you know what?
But it was healthy for you probably.
But guess what? Did I sit there and go crazy? I didn't push record. I said, I guess it wasn't meant to be aired or played. Guess it wasn't meant to be viewed. That's how I look at it with everything.
I know.
There isn't 1 second of this day that goes by, or the 525,600 minutes of a year that goes by that I don't sit, and if something wasn't meant to be.
I know.
And how at peace am I?
Extremely.
Okay.
And I was just about to sit here and, before we end the episode, I was going to say, oh, I wish I wasn't such a lover girl. I wish I didn't have such a big heart. But you know what?
That's who you are.
That's who I am. I have so much love to give.
Tay, you stay true to yourself. Don't you ever change.
I know. I just have so much love to give, and I was ready to just give it all.
Guess who you give it to you?
Myself.
Yourself.
I know.
Give it to yourself. Why are you wasting it on other people?
Duh.
It's like if I gave you $100 on your debit card.
Yeah.
Would you give $99 to someone that you weren't sure of that it was your I mean, come on.
I know.
Think of your life as the debit card of your soul.
You're right. I love that. I will. And on that note, guys, on debit cards.
I'm a walking, like, Hallmark.
You are.
I am a walking affirmation calendar.
I was telling my mom, this morning I woke up, obviously not in the best, and I just went to her and I was like, I'm just so grateful for you. Like, I'm so thankful that I have a mom who can just say all the right things to me, and you will pull me out of this sadness. And I know within a matter of days, I will be my sunshiny, happy Taylor self, because that's who I deserve.
Oh, I hope so. Yeah, because really, Tay, when your worth is just so up here, again, you want a boyfriend? Let's go to the college. Let's walk around grad school. You want a boyfriend? I'll go to the cafeteria grad school. Done. Okay?
I know.
You want to pick of the litter?
Of course not.
No, you're going to put that energy in yourself. And anyone listening, don't think anything to fill a person, place, situation is going to make you feel better about yourself. You won't enjoy it or love it or appreciate it or be able to understand why you're in a situation if you're not in a healthy place yourself. I could not be where I am, Tay, if I was not healthy.
I know, and I thought I was healthy. Look, I was wrong.
When I started this 4 years ago, I wanted everything that's happening to me now. I could never imagine doing what I'm doing now. Back then, I didn't have the knowledge, the experience, the wisdom.
I know.
Any of it. It didn't go the way I wanted, but everything I took from every interview, every radio interview, every article has become experience, and I keep evolving. It's like redo, reset, refresh Taylor. The new Taylor will never accept a date who doesn't open a door. The new Taylor will not sit there wasting her time texting somebody for 10 days and then having a conversation and realizing they're a moron, or hypothetically.
That's what I used to do.
Exactly. That's why I said a new Taylor. This will not happen again.
I know.
So it's a refresh, restart. We're now in the Burr months. Come on.
I know.
Everybody is happy in the September, October, November, December.
Oh, thank God. It's the best months of the year. Oh, I just kicked the microphone. Sorry if you heard a little bit of a...
It's okay. We're in the Burr months.
I know.
Thank you, Burr months.
Thank you, Burr months. Yeah, and guys, I just want to say a quick shout out to those on antidepressants. It's okay to take medication. We never really talk about it, and I know there's a taboo still around it. Thank God for antidepressants. Shout out to my Lexapro for keeping me going, girl.
I want our next episode on Thursday to be talking about how people think it's a personal failure if you take medication.
Okay, yeah.
Because it's like, God forbid you have diabetes. Oh no, I don't want a personal failure. I'm not going to take medication.
You need your insulin to survive, just like your brain needs
Our brain is an organ. It's all connected.
Yeah.
Hello, my immune system became fucked up because internalizing stuff. So my thoughts affected me physically.
Oh yeah, I've literally I've been, running on little sleep and some stress, and I have a mouthful of canker sores. I'm tired. I'm literally letting my mental health start to physically affect me. Mm-hmm. And I want to stop that. And if you're struggling to, please hit me up. Let's talk and let's make each other feel better.
September is Suicide Awareness Month. It's also CPTSD Awareness Month.
Oh my God, yes, it's Suicide Awareness Month. Oh my God.
So on September 8th, we're going to go and find out how many people know about 988 in the past 2 years. Yeah. Which are the 3 numbers. It's a new crisis line. If it's you or someone else that is going through a crisis, it's confidential, 24/7. It saved my life. They are there for you. Most people, 99% of people, just needed someone to talk to. They did not need the crisis mobile unit. Thank God. People just wanted someone to help them in that moment. You don't have to suffer alone. And on that,
we'll be talking a lot more about suicide and suicide prevention this month, because God is important.
And as always, on my Wednesday is my Newsweek Wednesdays with Marni. I take an article that I wrote an opinion piece for and dissect it and across the board, whether it's familiar or not, you can relate. And every episode, we're just going to touch more on mental health. It's becoming an epidemic. They just said there's an epidemic with parents with mental health and students. So I need to help everybody.
Oh, absolutely.
So guys, never let anyone burst your bubble. Never let anyone dull your sparkle. Have the most beautiful day and stay true to yourself.
Take it from someone whose sparkle has been dulled. She's feeling good.
Okay, guys, never let anyone burst that bubble. Don't forget that. Much love and peace.
Bye.
Thank you for tuning in to Fabulously Flawed. Remember, every Tuesday and Thursday, it's your time to join Marni and Taylor, the mother-daughter duo that's redefining family time with a twist, putting the fun in dysfunction, one episode at a time. Craving more? Visit us at fabulouslyflawed.com. And don't miss out on the feel-good vibes with our exclusive merch at fabulouslyflawed.net. That's with 2 Ds on Etsy. Keep your sparkles shining and spread that fabulous energy.